Molly! Molly! Molly, wake up!
You okay?
General Hospital spoilers indicate that Willow Cain is currently consumed by anxiety regarding the looming shadow of Jack Brennan. The tension stems from a high-stakes arrangement involving Nina Reeves, who previously intervened to protect Willow. By negotiating with Brennan, Nina successfully scrubbed incriminating traffic camera footage that could have dismantled Willow's defense. This disappearance of evidence was arguably the pivotal factor that allowed Willow to walk free from her recent legal troubles. However, the relief of that victory has evaporated, replaced by a chilling reality. Brennan's favors are never free, and the debt is now coming due in a terrifying way. Nina finds herself trapped between a rock and a hard place. Brennan's terms are explicit. He demands the location of Valentin Cassadine. To secure this information, Nina must somehow coerce young Charlotte Cassadine into revealing her father's whereabouts. It is a desperate situation. If Nina fails to deliver, Brennan has threatened to resurrect the deleted footage. Should that evidence resurface, Willow's world would crumble. The public would see her not as an exonerated woman, but as someone who effectively got away with shooting Drew Cain. While viewers and Jenz Sidwell are well aware of Willow's guilt, maintaining her image as a virtuous, family-oriented pillar of the community is essential for Sidwell's long-term objectives. Sidwell views Willow as the ultimate political puppet. Her seat in Congress and her reputation are tools he refuses to see tarnished by a tawdry criminal scandal. If Willow loses her standing, she loses her utility to him. Recognizing this, Willow may decide to bypass Nina's frantic efforts and go directly to the source of power. By appealing to Sidwell, she could frame Brennan as a common enemy. If Willow can convince Sidwell that Brennan's continued existence is a direct threat to their shared interests, she might successfully manipulate the kingpin into permanently removing the Brennan problem. This narrative shift paints Willow in a much darker light as she moves from a passive beneficiary of crime to an active participant in a deadly conspiracy. The plot thickens with the involvement of Ross Cullum. If Ross discovers that Brennan is onto his trail, his motivation to see Jack eliminated will skyrocket. With the high-stakes cold fusion project hanging in the balance, Sidwell may find it increasingly easy to justify a hit on Brennan. The walls are closing in on Jack, and spoilers suggest he will find himself in the crosshairs of some very dangerous people in the coming weeks. A separate but equally harrowing crisis is unfolding within Sonny Corinthos' family. Suspicion is mounting that Jenz Sidwell has launched a calculated strike against Sonny's niece, Molly Lansing-Davis. The incident occurred at Charlie's pub, where Molly and Cody Bell were managing things in Christina's absence. Molly, struggling with a flare-up of endometriosis, took a routine pain medication she has used many times before. Almost immediately after, she collapsed into unconsciousness. The suddenness of her fainting spell has sparked immediate alarm, especially given Sidwell's history of using chemical sabotage. Fans will recall the tragic precedent set by Maxie Jones, who fell into a months-long coma after Sidwell spiked her face cream. The parallels are too striking to ignore. Did Sidwell manage to tamper with Molly's medication as a warning shot to Sonny? As an assistant district attorney, Molly is also a strategic target for someone like Sidwell, who prefers the judicial system to be under his thumb. This theory is bolstered by Sidwell's previous history of bribing and then murdering Judge Eva Haran. While Cody frantically calls for emergency services and Christina alerts their mother, the news will soon reach Sonny and Molly's father, Rick Lansing. At the time of the collapse, Sonny and Rick were at Bobby's, discussing the possibility of Rick backing out of their current plans. If Sonny chooses to reveal the full extent of Sidwell's blackmail involving himself and Laura Collins, Rick may realize just how deep the rabbit hole goes. As the family gathers at General Hospital, Dante Falconeri will likely lead the investigation into his cousin's condition. While Sonny and Rick will undoubtedly see Sidwell's signature on this tragedy, proving it is another matter entirely. Tracking down physical evidence against a man who specializes in invisible crimes will be the ultimate test for the Port Charles police and the Corinthos organization alike.